Woke up to a bone-chilling roar from outside. I stepped onto the balcony to see what was happening, and a military helicopter flew right past me before crashing into a nearby building. The massive explosion nearly knocked me off my feet. Looking down at the street, I saw crowds of people running in all directions. Among them was a familiar figure, my girlfriend. I was about to call out to her when I saw her and another person lunge at an elderly man, tearing and biting at him like wild animals. The sight sent chills down my spine. What the hell was going on? I stumbled back inside when my neighbor suddenly burst through the door. He said his roommate had just lost his mind and attacked him, begging me to let him hide. Before I could respond, he rushed into the bathroom, clutching his head. I noticed a deep gash on the back of his neck and felt something was terribly wrong. I immediately grabbed the knife to protect myself. The television suddenly cut to breaking news. A virus had broken out in the city, and anyone bitten or scratched would become infected. My neighbor emerged from the bathroom right then, insisting he was fine after seeing the news, but his eyes had already turned blood red. I held up the knife and told him to leave. He finally walked out. The moment I locked the door, his screams erupted from outside. Through the peephole, I saw several infected tearing him apart. I covered my mouth and collapsed to the floor. I couldn't pull myself together until nightfall. All I could do was numb myself with alcohol. A text from my father completely broke me. Things were bad on their end too. I immediately called back, but no one answered. I was on my own now. I pushed the refrigerator against the door to block the entrance and moved my bed to the living room so I could keep watch. I sealed all the windows to avoid being spotted by the infected outside. There were constant knocking sounds at the door. I couldn't tell if they were human or those things. That night, I heard noises from the bathroom. I crept closer with a baseball bat. God, an infected had fallen through the ventilation shaft. I quickly hid in the corner. The thing dragged its leg into the living room, my heart pounding like it would explode. Luckily, it didn't spot me right away. Seizing the opportunity, I attacked from behind. My hands were shaking. It was my first time doing something like this. When I came to my senses, I threw the body off the balcony and sealed the vent with my surfboard. I should be safe now. But the infected weren't the only threat. A few days later, the water stopped running, and I was nearly out of food. I felt like I couldn't hold on much longer. My phone finally got a signal. On the screen was my parents' final message. They were gone. All hope was lost. I tore down the window seals and put a noose around my neck. Just as I was about to kick the stool away, something moved outside the window. I turned my head and saw a woman standing on the balcony of the building across from me.